All right, so get this. Today, we're going deep on brain exercises.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like how to boost your memory and sharpen focus, all that.
Yeah.
And it seems like our listeners are really into how this can help them study better.
Yeah. And the source we're looking at today, it's got all these magical tricks and simple exercises to, like, unlock brain power.
Magical tricks. Okay, now I'm interested.
It even compares these techniques to having a secret weapon for acing exams.
A secret weapon, huh? But it's not just for students, is it? This video says everyone can benefit.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. I mean, who hasn't zoned out while studying? It's way harder to focus on that than, say, a video game.
Totally. And you know what the video says about those students who, like, barely study but still ace exams?
What about them?
They have strong memory and recall, and that's what these exercises are supposed to help with.
So it's not about cramming. It's about training your brain to, like, actually learn.
Yeah.
Okay, enough talk. What's the first exercise?
It's called the thumb press for focus, and it's super simple. You just press your right and left thumbs together over and over for 30 to 60 seconds.
Yeah, seriously, that's it. Just pressing your thumbs. What's the science behind that?
The video says it stimulates your prefrontal cortex, which is like your brain's command center.
Right.
It handles planning, decisions, and, focus.
So it's like a little wake-up call for your brain.
Yeah, like a reset when you're losing focus.
Much easier than chugging more coffee, right?
Definitely. And probably healthier.
But how does this tie into brain plasticity? That sounds kind of complicated.
So think of it this way. Your brain isn't fixed. It's constantly changing based on what you do.
Okay.
The more you use it, especially in new ways, the stronger the connections get, like building a muscle.
So it's about, like, changing your brain's structure.
Exactly. And the second exercise, where you press both sides of your left thumb, that's another example.
Oh, yeah.
The video claims it can actually make new brain cells grow faster.
Hold on, you're saying pressing my thumb makes new brain cells?
Well, it's complicated, but basically there are areas in the brain that make new neurons.
Yeah.
And stimulating them, like with this thumb press, might boost that.
Wow, so it's like a cell regeneration boost.
Yeah. And the video says this can improve focus and performance in all sorts of things, not just studying.
That's wild. But what about the mental side of things? Like motivation?
Oh, for sure. The video has this technique called trick your brain.
Trick your brain. Okay, I'm all ears. I could always use more motivation.
It's all about hacking your brain's reward system.
Interesting. How does that work?
You set a small, steady goal, something achievable, and then when you finish it, you reward yourself with something you enjoy.
So positive reinforcement. You train your brain to want to study by linking it to something good.
Right. The video even tells a story about someone who started doing this and ended up actually looking forward to study.
Really? That's amazing, turning study into something you actually want to do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But let's be real, sometimes we all need to just unplug and recharge,
Absolutely, and that's where the 321 method comes in.
Okay, the 321 method, what's that all about?
It's about brain health and sleep, a holistic approach.
Okay.
It's a set of rules for the hours before bed.
All right, I'm listening.
3 means finish eating 3 hours before sleep.
Gotcha, so no late night snacks.
Right. Then 2 hours before bed, do something relaxing, like meditation or reading.
Okay, so wind down time.
Exactly. And 1 hour before bed, put away all electronics.
Oof, that's probably the toughest one.
Maybe, but disconnecting from screens helps your mind quiet down for sleep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The video says doing this for just 1 month can totally change your brain power.
So it's not just about how much you sleep, but the quality of sleep, too.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. But what about this color technique you mentioned earlier?
Oh, right. It's a fun one, and it's based on real science.
Tell me more.
Imagine a list of color words, but the word itself is printed in a different color.
Wait, what? Murray Loss, give me an example.
Like the word blue, written in red ink.
Okay, I see. So what's the trick?
You have to say the color of the ink, not the word itself. So red in that case.
That sounds hard. Why is that good for your brain?
It trains your cognitive flexibility, which means being able to switch gears and override automatic responses.
So like thinking on your feet.
Exactly. And the video says that's super important for problem solving and decision making.
It's not just about remembering stuff. It's about being able to adapt.
Right.
So we've got exercises for focus, new brain cells, motivation, sleep, and now flexibility.
That's a lot, right?
How does it all fit together?
That's a great question, and it's what we'll be looking at as we keep going with this deep dive.
Okay, lead the way. I'm ready for more. So we've covered like a ton of brain boosting techniques
Yeah, I
already.
have.
Thumb presses, tricking our brains to love studying, all that.
It's pretty cool stuff.
But how do we actually, use this in real life?
That's the key, right? It's
Yeah.
not just knowing the tricks, it's making them work for you long term.
So where do we start? Do we do all these exercises every day?
Well, the video doesn't say you have to do everything at once.
Okay.
It might be too much to try all of it, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe start small. Find what works for you.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like start with a thumb press. Do it whenever you can't focus.
Make it a habit, then add more stuff later.
Exactly. Build your own brain routine.
And as you try things out, you'll figure out what you like best.
Right. Some will click more than others.
But the key is consistency, right?
Absolutely. Just like working out, you need to keep at it to see results.
It's brain training, basically.
And that ties back into brain plasticity. The more you do these exercises, the stronger those brain connections get.
So we can actually, change our brains.
We can. It's pretty amazing.
One thing that really hit home for me was the sleep stuff.
Oh, yeah. The connection between sleep and the brain is huge.
People don't always realize how important sleep is.
For real. It affects everything, memory, emotions, the whole deal.
And the 321 method, that's about getting better sleep.
Right. It's about making sure you get quality sleep, not just enough hours.
No late night snacks, calming activities before bed, ditch the screens.
Exactly. Set the stage for good sleep.
It's like prepping your brain for a good night's work, even though you're sleeping.
Uh-huh. I like that.
And speaking of work, that color technique, that seems useful for more than just tests.
Oh, yeah. Training your brain to, break out of automatic responses, that's helpful for anything.
Like how so? Give me a real-life example.
Imagine a stressful day at work, deadlines, tough clients, that kind of thing.
Been there.
If you've been doing the color technique, you'll be better at handling the pressure.
Thinking clearly when things are crazy.
Exactly. It's not just reacting, it's responding thoughtfully.
That's a good skill to have.
And, the video talks about how we can rewire our brains to actually enjoy stuff that's usually hard.
You mean like the trick your brain thing with the rewards?
Yeah, it's using your brain's own system to change how you see things.
By linking studying to something good, you start to look forward to it.
Right. It's pretty powerful.
And it doesn't have to be just studying, right? Could work for anything you find challenging.
Absolutely. Working out, creative projects, even emails.
Make those things less awful.
Exactly.
So we're not just talking about a better memory, it's about changing your whole mindset.
It is. And the video really emphasizes that, It's empowering.
We can shape our own brains. We're not stuck with what we're born with.
Right. With the right techniques, we can build a more powerful mind.
That's inspiring stuff.
It is. But we've focused a lot on the how-to. I'm curious what you think about the bigger picture.
Like, what does it mean to have a powerful brain in today's world?
That's a great question, and it's worth thinking about more.
Okay, let's dive into that. We've looked at so many cool brain exercises in this deep dive.
I know, right?
Physical stuff, sleep, even tricking your brain, it's wild.
It is.
But before we wrap up, I'm curious about your overall takeaway from all this.
You know what strikes me? It's how everything's connected. It's not about finding one perfect trick. It's about making your whole life good for your brain.
Like building a brain-boosting ecosystem.
That's it, exactly. Sustainable habits, not quick fixes.
And I like how the video talks about self-awareness, paying attention to when you lose focus.
Oh yeah, being mindful of what your brain's doing is huge.
Once you know those patterns, you can use these techniques, strategically.
Right, like afternoon slump, thumb press, can't get started on something. Trick your brain with a reward.
It's a toolkit. Pick the right tool for the job.
Exactly.
And the video also mentions stress, how bad it is for your brain.
Oh, stress management is so important. Chronic stress just messes everything up.
Cortisol, right? That's the stress hormone.
Yeah, it kills your memory, focus, everything.
So relaxation techniques like meditation, that can help.
Absolutely. Got to keep that cortisol in check.
So we're not just boosting brain power, we're protecting it too.
And you know what's cool? Relaxation can actually make you more flexible mentally.
It all ties together: less stress, better brain, better at handling stuff.
A positive feedback loop. It's awesome.
But as we finish up, I want to touch on one last thing. The video makes it clear that, improving your brain isn't a finish line, it's a journey.
It is. It never really ends.
It's about always learning, trying new things, keeping your brain challenged.
Embracing that plasticity, realizing you can change your own brain.
That's powerful stuff.
So as you go about your day, think about how you can use this stuff, these ideas, in your own life.
Could the trick your brain method help you get through those emails?
Totally. And the 321 method for a better night's sleep.
There's so much you can do.
It's not just about remembering facts or passing tests. It's about living better.
Using your brain to its full potential.
That's what it's all about.
This deep dive has been eye-opening. Thanks for taking this journey with us into the world of brain exercises.
It's been fun.
We hope you learned some cool new tricks and that you're feeling inspired to unlock your own brain power.
Keep those brains sharp.
Until next time.